So I hope everybody is very calm now after the big shock that actually happened to a lot of the miners and metals, and also stock market moving crazy as well too. What's coming next? Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so what's coming next into the markets? Oh, by the way, before I start guys, first thing in the description, I'm giving away a free trading course. If you need some help, just go get the free trading course. Let's actually move into the markets right now and see what's going on. A bit of an update across the board. Miners, metals, markets. GDXJ off the rank, first off the rank. We can see that we're still stuck in this overall sideways range. Not really much going on. We had a bit of a double top. We had a bit of a double bottom, a bit of a double bottom, right? And then we're still stuck in this overall range through here. Now when it comes to bring on the last 6 months, and you can really see that the last 6 months still, I really thought this day here was going to be the breakout day, but you can see how we're really still stuck in this overall channel through there. And if I bring up my good old trend lines, let me bring up the trend lines, you'll be able to see that this is still stuck in this overall channel to the downside. So this is the channel that we're still in play right now when it comes to it could be something through there as well too, but you know what, let's just delete that and we'll move this over through here. And we're still stuck in this overall channel when it comes to the GDXJ. So even though really not much going on, but that long-term weekly chart once again guys is very bullish. So I'm bullish either way when it comes to the GDXJ. If we start to see something like this, there's a high probability we're going to see a flush down and then a move back up very quickly. So if we have a week down move, we have a week worth of selling, then we're probably going to spend the next month coming back up and then start to see a bit of what we call a slingshot pattern. Slingshot pattern is where they break below the low, get people short, and then they start to rise it through there. So that's what I'm seeing now on the GDXJ, looking at that. Moving over through to the GDX, and sort of the same thing as well too, right? You can see how we're in this overall channel. Once again, this breakout bar here, I really thought we'd start to see some movements. I even did a video saying, I've been waiting for this, and then nah, it didn't break through. So bang, did not work. And so, as we can see, we're still stuck in this overall range through here. We do have a lot of support and resistance where we are right now, around this level. So it's going to be really interesting to see what actually happens here with the miners and the metals. Do they actually start to pick up here? Or what's going to happen? So it's really interesting to see what's going on with that. But once again, guys, that weekly chart, big weekly chart. So any downward movement, guys, is probably going to be a good long-term buying opportunity. So let's actually just see what that actually brings up through there. The SILJ. Look at this here with the SILJ. The silver miners are so much more bullish. They're creating a lot more bullish action in the silver miners than the GDX. And let me explain the reasons why. We can see that with the SIL, the silver miners, we can see here that we had a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, low, bit of a double bottom or slight higher low. Look at this here, we made a higher high. So and we can see where we are right now through here. We could be creating some sort of a higher low here soon and starting to see something like that. If we do start to see something like that, that's going to be very bullish for the silver miners. So as you can see, that's what's happening through there. But if I go to my GDX, you can see we made a slight higher high, right? But we're almost at the lows through here. So it didn't actually create that high low. Now we still could be getting some sort of a high low through here on the GDX. But the SIL, once again, you can see that the SIL has indeed broken out of its channel. And right now we're just right at that level through there. That's that short-term basis there, guys. And once again, we can see this level through here as well too. So there's probably a really good sort of a high probability chance we're going to see probably a bit of a higher low through here soon, and we're starting to pick back up only because we've got this higher high here. And on the SIL, sort of the same thing as well too, but not exactly, right? We're not exactly at that support level there. We have this support level down through here. So there's probably a good chance or a good probability if I bring this up through here there might be a good probability that that we start to see that. I'm just trying to find a trend line as I'm talking here. There's a good probability that we're likely to see a bit of a higher low through here, only because we already created the higher high. So if we do get that, that's going to be confirmation of the buyers coming in and starting to see this thing move to the upside. So really exciting times. The silver miners are creating a little bit more of a bullish sign than the gold miners, the GDX. Moving over now through to gold. And gold has just been in continued no man's lands continue to not do much now after this slam down. But I really believe, guys, and as you can see, right, you can see what's been happening here for the last sort of 4 or 5 months. Really not much going on. Let me bring up through here. Not much going on for the last, ever since the high up here. And so this move here has been 3 months. I truly believe this is just a resting phase, guys, where the market's not doing much. And I'm expecting fireworks to come out of gold real soon. Now, when that's going to happen, we never know. But generally, when you get markets like this, you generally start to see a bit of fireworks. And so we're starting to get a lot of volatility through here, which is fantastic. Moving over now through to silver. Silver's actually holding up quite strong. You can see silver is actually still nowhere near its lows where gold is. So silver is actually still holding quite strongly through here, where you can we can see on a very absolute. Let's actually bring this through here. Right, you can see on an absolute short-term basis, you've got all this support level through here, and then you've got this support level coming down through here when it comes to gold. So you can see short-term gold is actually already broken up and out. So that actually may be something, again, I'm not sure. We did create a slight higher low, slight higher high, should I say. So that actually could be something where we're going to start to see a move to the upside. Moving over now through to the stock market. Stock market, a bit of a gap up here. I'm confident that we're going to see a closing of the gap here. But with that being said, you don't ever want to try to short the market here, because that'd be really, really bad, because you just never know if it's going to close the gap or it's just going to continue up. Same for the S&P 500. It actually did come down and close that little gap that it had through there. Let me actually bring this up. And now you can see we're still in this overall sort of really not much going on. And now we're just starting to slightly break out. So this is actually a very bullish sign overall, guys. We're breaking up to all-time new highs. So due to the fact that we actually eclipsed this high up here, even if we got something like that, it's going to be very bullish. I see a lot more upside overall with the pullbacks when it comes to the S&P 500, and the same for the Nasdaq as well too. Nasdaq has been the most bullish one out of the whole lot. And as you can see, right, we've had pretty much this sort of low, higher low, higher low. We could be creating another little higher low through here somewhere. Maybe something going on through there, or maybe not. But we could be creating another little higher low here on the absolute short term before we start to push up and break and go for another run. So it's really interesting to see what's happening, what I'm seeing through here on the stock market. All these indices are looking really bullish. Within the mix of short-term pullbacks, which is expected, I see a lot more upside to come in the stock market. 0% interest rates, guys, and the printing of money is going to keep creating a lot of floor behind these markets, and it's going to create a bit of a much bigger bubble than what we're already seeing here right now. And I also do see, guys, that once they have to start to force interest rates to move up, that's when we're going to start to see the real crash. Okay, now I don't believe what we saw this year was not the crash. The crash didn't happen now, it's all over. No, that actually happened because of a black swan, because of the whole situation that happened this year. So I truly believe that was not the crash that most people were expecting. That there was just a black swan event because of something that hit into it. The issue that caused that was not the big issue that's going to cause the next real crash, right? That's going to last probably several years. What is that? That is our government debt, and we know that. Now, government debt right now, they can service that debt because of where the interest rates are. So therefore, it's not an issue at the moment, and they can keep printing more money and monetizing it and all that sort of stuff while interest rates are really low right now. That's what's causing the market to be propped up, and so on and so forth. So And the more printing of money is eventually going to cause some inflation. That inflation is going to be in probably all assets, stocks, houses, and also miners and metals. That's why I see a whole complete inflation of all assets just going crazy over the next 4 or 5 years. And within that, they're going to be forced to raise the interest rate. And within that, that's when we're going to start to see that slow squeeze on the government, and then healthcare, pensions, and all these government-assisted I don't know the word for it. What's the word for it? You guys know what I'm saying, right? Government-assisted programs. That's it. Yeah, government-assisted programs are gonna be hurt and gonna be affected. Hospitals, schools, and so on and so forth are gonna be really affected by this. But that probably won't be happening for another few years, guys. So it'd be really, really interesting. Now, on the flip side, if Biden gets in and he definitely passes his tax plan, you're going to see billions of dollars evacuate these markets because of obviously the capital gains tax and so on and so forth. So that's the flip side to that as well too. So what I see, guys, is I see interest rates still low, printing his money is still happening, inflation and reflation is still on its way. I don't see this market stopping anywhere yet. And if we think that the market is higher right now and it can't keep going higher, then I don't think we've seen nothing yet when it comes to bubbles and asset prices just going absolutely nuts. I think for people that are trying to short this market right now, you have probably a really big probability of getting slammed. On the short term, we're going to see these pullbacks just like we do. But just like with Nasdaq, we've been compressing up for a while, a bit of a resting phase. We're probably likely to go for another move, just like we did here in March. Again, March here was a black swan event. It was not the crash. The real crash is still on its way. Hope this helps you out, guys. Subscribe, like button. Let me know what you think about the stuff that I've said here as well too. And also, make sure you grab that free trading course, and I'll speak to you guys real soon.